Let there be night. Let there be light. Let there be light in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful world. Hey, make some noise. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to Meaningwave Live. This is Meaningwave Live. This is Meaningwave Live. This is Meaningwave Live. You are the change. Whoa. Yeah. Ow.
Don't matter if the road is long. Don't matter if it's steep. Don't matter if the moon is gone and the darkness is complete. Don't matter if we lose our way. It's written that we'll meet. At least that's what I heard you say 1,000 kisses deep. I loved you when you opened like a lily to the heat. You see, I'm just another snowman, standing in the rain and sleet, who loved you with his frozen love, his second-hand physique. With all he is and all he was, 1,000 kisses deep.
Akira.
I know you had to lie to me. I know you had to cheat. You learned it on your father's knee and at your mother's feet. But did you have to fight your way across the burning street when all our vital interests lay 1,000 kisses deep?
Akira.
I'm turning tricks, I'm getting fixed, I'm back on Boogie Street. I'd like to quit the business, but I'm in it, so to speak. The thought of you is peaceful, and the file on you complete. Except what I forgot to do, 1,000 kisses deep. And strong, don't matter if you're weak. Don't matter if you write a song the nightingales repeat. Don't matter if it's 9 to 5 or timeless and unique. You ditch your life to stay alive, 1,000 kisses deep. The ponies run, the girls are young, the odds are there to beat. You win a while and then it's done, your little winning streak. And summon now to deal with your invincible defeat. You live your life as if it's real, 1,000 kisses deep.
And I never dreamed I'd find you on the way back home. Wheels off my granny car, finding the way back home. And I never dreamed I'd find you on the way back home.
voices in the wine who sometimes did me seek. The band is playing Old Lang Syne, but the heart will not retreat. There's no forsaking what you love, no existential leap, as witnessed here in time and blood, 1,000 kisses deep.
What up, Meaning Nation? What up, everybody? Welcome to the Meaning Stream, number 253. Kick that one off with Akira The Don and Leonard Cohen. 1,000 kisses deep. Because someone just sent me a message, or like retweeted something I'd said. I quoted Leonard Cohen in the tweet. I just said there is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in, you know. Because I think of that line a lot, you know. Anyway, someone was like, "Oh my goodness, Leonard Cohen wave would be amazing." I was like, "Hey, it already exists." Lots of science people say, "Hey, such and such would be amazing," and I go, "Hey, it exists because it does, because we've done a lot. We've done a lot." And yeah, that's a very lovely record. Shouts out to that record. Hey, make some noise. I'm gonna put the chat on screen. Chat is coming up on screen right now if you're locked in live. Hey, there we go. Yeah, but fizz. Oh, what a sweet leaf it is, like Ozzy Osbourne. I was born to perform. It's Monday. That means it's Meaningwave Live. We're doing This Is Meaningwave. Introduction to the glory of Meaningwave. Theme set smashed, rammed to the gills with hits. Hits by Jove. We got hits over here, you know. You already know we got hits. What up, Jules Vaughn? I love you, says Jules Vaughn. What a lovely thing to say. What a lovely thing to say. We love you too, Jules Vaughn. How's everyone doing out there? It's a beautiful day to be alive here at the Peak of Recorded Human Days to be Alive. Brand new Monday. Akira The Don is working on a brand new album scheduled for release in February. We've already got 5 albums scheduled for release prior to that release. Busy times ahead of us. February's album is sounding wonderful. I did 3 tracks today. The most recent one, the one I did just before I came and did this stream, was kind of like, how would you describe it? If Dr. Dre was producing synthwave, maybe? On the subject of robots. Very joyful. What up, Chris O'Dell? Hey, good to see you, baby. How you doing? How you holding it down in the Sunshine State, you bad man? Thank you for the support. It says gratitude for Akira and The Wave. Yeah! Gratitude for you, baby. How's everyone doing out there? How's your Monday? How's your Monday?
Akira The Don.
This beat is great. This is a beat I made in like 2002. Never did anything with. Alec Moran says that Charlie Brown Life Out Christmas track is so nice. I would say it's a shame it's so short, but that just means I put it on repeat, baby. Exactly. Lucky Train. Ooh, there we go. A Lo-Fi Christmas Miracle drops this week. It will actually drop Thursday night. How about that? How about that? We got something special planned for Friday. I'm just going to confirm it. And I'll let you know tomorrow. Keith, Alberta has speculated shut down all non-essential business again. Good job, panning for gold is essential business, huh? Fool Killer says, great Monday. Shouts out to Fool Killer. Yeah, baby. Exactly. All right, smash that like. Everyone smash that like. We need the notifications to go out to the homies. We need to get everybody in here so we can have our epic set. Epic set of guanin. Alec Moran says 25 days of Meaningwave this December. At least.
Akira.
Yo. Jug. One keeper says I love 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. just fits my day. Well, that's good. That's very, very fortunate. Fits my day too. Get up 7 a.m. CT, do show. Do epic work all day. Finish day by doing epic show at 7 CT. Time is a flat circle. Alright, before we get into it, we're gonna get super into it. We got a thing we like to do around here called International High Five. International High Five, baby. Which is a thing, you know, it's an epic thing. It seems like it works. It feels like it works. Binds us together across space and time. Redistributes powers and energy in a non-communist fashion. Because, you know, they don't really redistribute. They just kind of... Yeah, anyway. Let's not think about that. Shut up. Yeah, for International High Five today, I just want to know. I don't want to know too much, baby. I just want to know where on this sweet, sweet earth you are. Where on this sweet, sweet earth you are. And how you're feeling. Let me know how you're feeling. We want to soak up those vibes. And before we do that, or while we do that, I'm going to play that epic new single that's coming soon. That's coming out soon. Yeah. Or maybe I won't, because it doesn't seem to want to load up into my deck. Oh my goodness. Having numerous technicalities lately. Have you noticed? Have you noticed all these technicalities we've been suffering? We have been suffering technicalities over here. But, you know, that's fine. That's fine. It's important to be able to deal with technicalities. Yeah. There you go. This isn't what I was going to play, but we can listen to this while we talk about what you guys are feeling about.
Akira.
Whoa. Scheme. Nice.
Akira.
All right. Let's see what's going on. Chris O'Dell's in the house. Bleat Llama's in the house. People are excited about the new JBP book. Chaos Edition. The Search for Chaos. Jug. One keeper, Kansas City in the house. Patrick Smith says Meaningwave fam ain't nothing up. Ow! That's real. That's real. Keith just west of Edmonton, looking to retreat into the BC mountains in a couple weeks. Nice. Kaleidoscope Auras in Dallas, Texas. What up, neighbor? Jules Vaughn, Mile High Five. Ow. Bleat Llama, Carla Radical in the his house. Get a Fuzz, Tuesday afternoon in Golden Bay, New Zealand. Shouts out to New Zealand, baby. How you doing out there? How's New Zealand? What's cracking? Sheila, Nashville, feeling wavy, been raid surfing all day long. That's a Twitch thing. That's nice. Chris Odell, Santa Ynez, Old California, aka America. D-Man, feeling a momentum of velocity. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Snowy Blaze, Buenos Aires, Argentina, feeling great. Ow. Regular, Maine. Where that should go? Lost my chat again. Hey. Andrew Clunis, Toronto, the Defy Bay Area, oddly serene. Zach Sowers of Boston, Massachusetts, feeling great. Back to work, lame. Tom Hanks negative, pretty cool. Decided to start learning German, Schnell. In Madness, Life Sanity's in the house, what's cracking? Zach Sowers is in the house. Joshua Tran's in the house. The great PNW just got an interview to be a vibe check technician, so feeling fantastic. I didn't realize I posted the job yet. Nice. Nice. Fool Killer, Maryland, feeling so happy and clear since I started thinking only positive thoughts and stopped negative ones immediately. Feels like it works. Feels like it works, baby. Mount Photo Lounge, much love from Phoenix, Arizona. Very joyful vibes today at work. Thank you, ATD. Hey! Yo, glad to be here, baby. Glad to be of use in the existence of thou. Red King studying for a certification exam tomorrow, feeling rushed but motivated. Discipline equals freedom. Ain't that the case? You really do, though. Ooh. Oh. Cindy Bailey's in the house. Cindy Bailey's in Riverside. Side of that river, you know. Feeling productive, exhaustive, and happy. All at once, that's beautiful. Alec Moran in Dundee, Michigan, feeling happy. I've turned a dozen people onto Meaningwave. Nice! Glad the fractals can continue. Glad I woke up this morning. Thanks God for that, and thanks Akira for these vibes. Hey, thank you, baby. Yeah! D-Man says it's working. Feels like it's working. Feels like it's working. Get after it. Zach says, proud of you. What's that? No. 86, proud of Zach. Good. Kyla, Fluffla, feeling grateful with family in town. Shouts out to you and your family. Get afs. Fabulous. Thanks to you. Surrounded by bush and birds, your sounds pumping around my wee valley, top of the South Island, New Zealand. God bless. God bless. What a beautiful image. What a beautiful image. Sounds like a Disney cartoon. Amazing. Shouts out to Denmark. What up, the Siphios? The Sisyphus. DKK50. Thank you. God bless. Shouts out to Denmark. Oh my goodness. I think that's the first place my son ever went that wasn't where he was born. Jules Vaughan, feels like it's working. By Jove. Yes, it do. Shouts out to you. Michael Dodgell, Maryland, chilling. I'm feeling grateful that I'm getting better on my new job and I'm less stressed. Bravo. What up, J Palm? Bless up for the 50 sec. JRE Wave Discipline gets things done. This song fired me up and helped me through an important assignment today. I worked 12 hours and I made it. Proud of you. Proud of you. Shouts out to everybody. Proud of you all. Proud of you all. Patrick Smith in Victoria Harbour. Wicked morning stream set me on the right path for this magnificent Monday. That feels like so long ago. I forgot about that. We had a really ridiculously epic morning stream. I thought I dreamed it, you know? I thought I dreamed it. Alec Moran was Hercules, born in Wales. Now he was born in our flat in Hackney Wick. He was born in our flat in Hackney Wick. Yes, he was. Very lovely. Boom! And then not long after, we got kicked out of that flat, but we were there for as long as we needed to be, you know. Hey, guess what it's time for? Follow your own obsession.
Done. Good.
3, 2, 1. Hold it. Yeah, hold it. Boom! There you go. You can drop it. Whew. Boom. Boom, boom. What up, J-Palm?
The one thing that discipline definitely does help you with, it helps you get things done. And get things done, when you actually do things, you have more success. A big part of success is just not being fucking lazy and just doing it. 90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. Like, you're not gonna feel perfect every day. If I only worked out when I felt good, I'd be a fat fuck. Because there's a lot of days I don't want to do it. I mean, it's pretty much the same with everybody that actually gets good at something. There's got to be those days you push through. They're probably going to be more numerous than the days you don't. And so the benefit of discipline in my eyes has always been that through discipline, I get things done.
Woo.
I'm like the most lazy, disciplined person I know because I don't want to do it.
I do not.
Akira.
Let's go.
Through discipline, I get things done.
The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do.
I also think that discipline is a pathway to creativity. When you're on the battlefield, is an absolute exercise in creativity. How are we going to attack them? How are we going to disorganize them? How are we going to get in their heads? That's all just massive creativity. And when I look at people that are artists, I would imagine the more disciplined you are, you gotta write stuff down. You gotta read, you gotta increase your vocabulary so that you are clearer and sharper, so that when people are saying things, you have more words to battle back at them. All those things, all that freedom that you get on stage comes from the discipline. You study, you learn, you read, you write, you talk, you go through things. Mm-hmm. Is that an accurate statement?
Absolutely accurate. Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do. Through discipline, I get things done.
That's right.
The pro
goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do.
And it doesn't matter if you're sick, doesn't matter if you have kids, you're a pro and you go to work. And you have pride in that. And then when you are in front of that keyboard, you look down at the count, it says, I fucked 1,000 words today. And out of that work, gems blossom. But you might have a day where you just write nothing but dog shit. So what? Show up again tomorrow. And tomorrow out of that dog shit, a flower will emerge. Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do. Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do.
Hey! Yo, sneaky little request there. It's not even a request show, but a little sneaky little request there. Why not? Shit. Why not? We're just getting into it. We're about to go in with this epic set, and why not? Before we go in with the epic set, what's this thing that got brought to my attention? I like when things get brought to my attention, you know. This got brought to my attention. Look at that beautiful man right there. Look at that beautiful thing. Look at that thing, that vision. Vision of glory. Anyway, let's see what the vision of glory has got to say.
Corey's story says, Lydia, thank you for introducing me to Akira The Don. Cool. Meaningwave has been an amazing remedy for this year, and I can feel it actively reprogramming myself for the better. Yes. Please have him on.
Wonderful.
Well,
I would love to.
We will sort through that.
Yeah.
Corey's story says, Lydia, thank you for introducing me to Akira The Don. Meaningwave has been an amazing remedy for this year, and I can feel it actively reprogramming myself for the better.
That's right. Anyway, thank you very much. Corey Story Corey, what's that? Story Corey? Anyway, shouts out to Story Corey, who used the power of the super chat to to get Tim Pool to do a Meaningwave exists, essentially. A Meaningwave exists. What a beautiful thing that is. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to Tim Pool. Shouts out to Lydia over there who tweets the music like quite a lot, which is really wonderful. And shouts out to everyone who shares that music, by Jove. Without you,
for this year, and
we do not exist. You know? Well, it's like the old tree in the woods thing, you know? With no one there to hear it. Anyway, yeah, and shouts out to everyone who brought that to my attention. I don't actually, some people do that thing where they have like search things set up for themselves. I don't do that. I haven't done that. So yeah, I only know things happen if you guys tell me. You are my eyes and my ears on the ground. And in all the other places. This is what I do. Yeah, that's right. Oh, in case you're listening on the podcast, you couldn't see that. That was Tim Pool. The beautiful Tim Pool. One of the most beautiful faces on earth. And, you know, AKA Beanie Man himself. There used to be another Beanie Man, but there isn't anymore. Tim Pool deposed that Beanie Man. And became number one. And, yeah, anyway, he was doing a little shout out for Meaningwave on his celebrated show. Isn't that nice? Yeah! Epic activities only in 2020. YouTube hero Alex says, I wouldn't have known about it either if people didn't immediately come back in our chat and let us know. There you go. Shouts out to the Meaningwave Ops, Special Ops Division. Protect Meaningwave at all costs. Task Force. Meaningwave Task Force. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what I do. Alright, baby, are you ready? Are you ready? Meaningwave Special Ops. Mount up. Red King says we need Meaningwave Task Force shirts ASAP. Yes, we do. Patrick Smith says Tom has nothing on 21 Savage. Now that's a handsome man right there. I know, baby. And they occupy some of the realms of glory. But yeah, I think 21 Savage definitely makes the more believable supervillain. You know, he does a very good supervillain. Shouts out to 21. It's about to be his year. 21. Alrighty, are you ready? Are you ready for glory? You ready for glory? You better be, 'cause that's what you're getting.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is this is Meaningwave Live. You are the change.
Akira.
The Don.
He's got clout.
And what seems a good thing today turns out tomorrow to have been a disaster. What seemed in the moral and spiritual sphere too, like great virtues in times past, are easily seen today as hideous evil. Let's take, for example, the Inquisition. In its own day, among Catholics, the Holy Inquisition was regarded as we today regard the practice of psychiatry. You see, you feel that in curing a person of cancer, almost anything is justified. The most complex operation, the most weird surgery. People suspended for days and days on end on the end of tubes with X-ray penetration, burning. Or people undergoing shock treatment. People locked in the colorless, monotonous corridors faith. They knew that witchcraft and heresy were terrible things. Awful plagues, imperiling people's souls forever and ever. So any means were justified to cure people of heresy. We don't change.
Yeah.
We don't change. We're doing the same thing today, but under different names. We don't change. We're doing the same thing today, but under different names. We can look back at those people and see how evil that was. But we can't see it in ourselves. So therefore, beware. Virtue. We don't change. We're doing the same thing today, but under different names. We don't change. We're doing the same thing today, under different names. We don't change. We're doing the same thing today, but under different names. We don't change. We're doing the same thing today, under different names. So therefore, beware.
Beware, Judd Weaver of virtue.
So therefore, beware.
Beware, Alec Moran of virtue. Make some noise for Alan Watts. Shouts out to Canada.
I find I have some beliefs that are too inflammatory to even discuss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because there are certain things in society that you're not allowed to believe or speak publicly. And so I'll just never say that. I'll just leave them in the middle lane. Because there are certain things in society that you're not allowed to believe or speak publicly. And so I'll just never say that. I'll just leave them in my little lane.
Hey.
But mostly, I find all these things ridiculous. First of all, I hate that we force people into identifying themselves by little tiny... because we oppress people, we further oppress them by forcing them to identify themselves as what I consider less than human. If someone says, I am proud to be black, I go, that's too bad for that guy, because it's a retarded thing to be proud of. And we see it with white power. If someone says, I'm proud to be white, we see how ridiculous that sounds. But we don't see it when a person says, because they've been oppressed, I'm proud to be black. But it is ridiculous. We've pushed them into a corner where now they're going to spend their whole life identifying themselves by the pigment of their skin, which is a sad waste of life. Or if you say, I'm proud to be gay, that's what I am, and that's how I'll live my life. Well, boy, you're really limiting yourself there, and it's too bad. And I know you've been forced into it by being pushed down and oppressed, but it's still very, very sad. think of myself as Canadian, and I think it's a terrible thing to say you're proud to be a Canadian or proud to be an American. All that stuff is nonsense. You may as well be proud to have lungs. You didn't accomplish nothing. You're just born somewhere. Or, you were just born with a skin that's a certain color. Or born with a sexual attraction to a certain type of person. That stuff's all... It's all just little miniature things in life that are so unimportant. And when people try to tell me that God is not important, but that this nonsense is important, I couldn't disagree more. Because there are certain things in society that you're not allowed to believe or speak publicly. And so I'll just never say them. I'll just leave them in my little head. There are certain things in society that you're not allowed to believe or speak publicly. And so I'll just never say them. I'll just leave them in my little head.
There are certain things in society you're not allowed to believe or speak publicly. And so I'll just never say them. And I'll just leave them in my little head. There are certain things in society you're not allowed to believe or speak publicly. And so I'll just never say them. And I'll just leave them in my little head. Make some noise! Noam Macdonald from the Meaningwave Masterpieces 2 LP. Alec Moran says there's no video for this, is there? There needs to be top 5 track. Yeah, there will be, baby. There will be. Akira The Don is diligently doing his best to make a new music video every week. In between streaming twice a day, making many albums. I'm also trying to get at least one music video done every week. Last week we had The Great Dictator, we had the Prince track, we had a new Lo-Fi Christmas track, Akira The Don is working as hard as he can, by Jove. Welcome back, Alan Watts!
Lao Tzu, the Chinese philosopher, said, "The highest virtue is not virtue, and therefore really is virtue. Inferior virtue cannot let go of being virtue, and therefore is not virtue." Translated in more of a periphrastic way, the highest virtue is not conscious of itself as virtue, and therefore really is virtue. The highest virtue is not conscious of itself as virtue, and therefore really is virtue. Lower virtue is so self-conscious that it's not virtue. That it's not virtue. Lower virtue is so self-conscious that it's not virtue. That it's not virtue. In other words, when you breathe, you don't congratulate yourself on being virtue. But brooding is a great virtue. It's living. It's living. When you come out with beautiful eyes, blue or brown or green as the case may be, you don't congratulate yourself for having grown one of the most fabulous jewels on earth. So it's just eyes. And you don't account it a virtue. To see not conscious of itself as virtue, and therefore really is virtue. The highest virtue is not conscious of itself as virtue, and therefore really is virtue. Lower virtue is so self-conscious that it's not virtue. That it's not virtue. Lower virtue is so self-conscious that it's not virtue. That it's not virtue. Virtue in the sense, the old sense of the word, a strength, is when we talk about the healing virtue of a plant. That's real virtue. But the other virtues are stuck on. They're ersatz. They're imitation virtues. And they usually create trouble. Because more diabolical things are done in the name of righteousness. And be assured that everybody of whatever nationality or political frame of mind or religion always goes to war with a sense of complete rightness. The other side is the devil. Our opponents, whether in China or Russia or Vietnam, have the same feeling of righteousness about what they're doing as we have on our side. And a plague on both houses. Because, as Confucius said, the goody-goodies are the thieves of virtue.
You always lose. I mean, the person who throws the mud always wins because there's no way of responding to such charges. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
I do not think that the state ought to have the right to determine historical truth and to punish people who deviate. I'm not willing to give the state that right, even if they happen to fall.
But are you denying that the gas chambers ever existed?
But I'm saying if you believe in freedom of speech, you believe in freedom of speech for views you don't like. I mean, Goebbels was in favor of freedom of speech for views he liked, right? So was Stalin. If you're in favor of freedom of speech, that means you're in favor of freedom of speech precisely for views you despise. Otherwise, you're not in favor of freedom of speech. Otherwise, you're not in favor of freedom of speech. There's two positions you can have on freedom of speech. Now you can decide which position you want. Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah! Freedom of speech.
With regard to my defense of the utterly offensive, the people who express utterly offensive views, I have the slightest doubt that every commissar says, you're defending that person's views. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm defending his right to express them. The difference is crucial, and the difference has been understood outside of fascist circles since the 18th century. If you're in favor of freedom of speech, that means you're in favor of freedom of speech precisely for views you despise. Otherwise, you're not in favor of freedom of speech. Now, you can decide which position you want. Freedom of speech. 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 If you're in favor of freedom of speech, that means you're precisely for views you despise. Freedom of speech. Otherwise, you're not in favor of freedom of speech. Otherwise, you're not in favor of freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. If you're in favor of freedom of speech, that means you're precisely for views you despise. Freedom of speech. Otherwise, you're not in favor of freedom of speech. Now, you can decide which position you want.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Language you use as bitter. Freedom of speech. The language you use as bitter.
The language you use has meaning.
Uh-huh.
The language you use has meaning. That's right. The language you use has meaning. The language you use has meaning. That's right. That's right.
Man. Noam Chomsky there. Make some noise! It's Meaningwave Live. You are the change by Joven. To discuss that matter, I gotta call up a homie. 2,000 years dead. Still kicking. Yeah! What up, now? I love my family. Hey. I love my family. I love my family. I love my family. I love my family. Yeah! Love my family, truth and justice. 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 Love my family, love my family, love my family. Yeah. Aye, my brother Severus. It was through him I encountered Teresa, Helvidius, Cato, Dion, Brutus, and conceived of a society of equal laws governed by equality of status and of speech, and of rulers who respect the liberty of their subjects above all else, and from him as well to be steady and consistent in valuing philosophy, and to help others, and be eager to share, not be a pessimist, never to doubt your friend's affection for you. Aye. And when people incurred his disapproval, they always knew it. They always knew it. And that his friends never had to speculate about his attitude to anything. It was always clear. Love my family, truth and justice. 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 Yeah! To help others and be eager to share. 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 Maximus, self-control and resistance to distractions. Optimism in adversity, especially illness. Personality and balance. Dignity and grace together. Doing your job without whining. Other people's certainty that what he said was what he thought, and what he did was done without malice. Aye. Never taken aback or apprehensive, neither rash nor hesitant, or bewildered, or at a loss. Not obsequious, but not aggressive or paranoid either. Generosity, charity, honesty, the sense he gave of staying on the path, not being kept on it. That no one could have ever thought patronized by him, or in a position to patronize him. A sense of humor. Oh! Love my family, truth and justice. 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 Love my family, help others and be eager to share. To help others and be eager to share. To help others and be eager to share. To help others and be eager to share. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Amazing. Love my family, truth and justice. Love my family, truth and justice. Love my family. 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 MAC. 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 Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yo, shouts out, make some noise to Marcus Aurelius. Shit. You know, that was one bit of ancient wisdom. Here's another. This song is just eternally and increasingly relevant. This is like the anthem of right now, baby. Words by Rudyard Kipling. Vocals by Jocko Willink.
He's got clout.
Clout by Akira.
Keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, tax your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone. And so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on.
Hold on. Hold on.
If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Yo. Bars, baby, bars. Make some noise. Jocko Willink, Rudyard Kipling, Akira The Don. He's got clout. Word around town. Yo. If you can bear. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves, to make a trap for fools. Oh! Oh!
There happen to be whole, large parts of adult American life that nobody talks about in commencement speeches. One such part involves boredom, routine, and petty frustration. The parents and older folks here will know all too well what I'm talking about. By way of example, let's say it's an average adult day and you get up in the morning, go to your challenging white-collar college graduate job, and you work hard for 8 or 10 hours, and at the end of the day you're tired and somewhat stressed, and all you want is to go home and have a good supper and maybe unwind for an hour and then hit the sack early, because of course you have to get up the next day and do it all again. But then you remember there's no food at home. You haven't had time to shop this week because of your challenging job. And so now after work, you have to get in your car and drive to the supermarket. It's the end of a work day and the traffic is apt to be very bad. So getting to the store takes way longer than it should. And when you finally get there, the supermarket is very crowded Because of course it's the time of day when all the other people with jobs also try to squeeze in some grocery shopping. And the store is hideously fluorescently lit and infused with soul-killing muzak or corporate pop. And it's pretty much the last place you want to be. But you can't just get in and quickly out. You have to wander all over the huge, overlit store's confusing aisles to find the stuff you want. And you have to maneuver your junky cart through all these other tired, hurried people with carts. And eventually, you get all your supper supplies, except now it turns out there aren't enough checkout lanes open, even though it's the end of the day rush. So the checkout line is incredibly long, which is stupid and infuriating. Stupid and infuriating. Which is stupid and infuriating.
Stupid and infuriating.
But you can't take your frustration out on the frantic lady working the register, who is overworked at a job whose daily tedium and meaninglessness surpasses the imagination of any of us here at a prestigious college. But anyway, you finally get to the checkout line's front, and you pay for your food and get told to have a nice day in a voice that is the absolute voice of death. And then you have to take your creepy, flimsy plastic bags of groceries in your cart with the one crazy wheel that pulls maddeningly to the left, all the way out through the crowded, bumpy, littery parking lot. And then you have to drive all the way home through slow, heavy, SUV-intensive rush hour traffic, etc., etc. Everyone here has done this, of course. But it hasn't yet been part of you graduates' actual life routine. Day after week, after month, after year. 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 But it will be. And many more dreary, annoying, seemingly meaningless routines besides. But that is not the point. The point is that petty, frustrating crap like this is exactly where the work of choosing is going to come in. Because the traffic jams and crowded aisles and long checkout lines give me time to think. And if I don't make a conscious decision about how to think and what to pay attention to, I'm going to be pissed and miserable every time I have to shop. Because my natural default setting is the certainty that situations like this are really all about me. About my hungriness and my fatigue and my desire to just get home. And it's going to seem for all the world like everybody else is just in my way. And who are all these people in my way? And look at how repulsive most of them are and how stupid and cow-like and dead-eyed and non-human they seem in the checkout line. Or at how annoying and rude it is that people are talking loudly on cell phones in the middle of the line. And look at how deeply, personally unfair this is. Or, of course, if I'm in a more socially conscious liberal arts form of my default setting, I can spend time in the end of the day traffic being disgusted about all the huge, stupid, lane-blocking SUVs and Hummers and V12 pickup trucks burning their wasteful, selfish 40-gallon tanks of gas. And I can dwell on the fact that the patriotic or religious bumper stickers always seem to be on the biggest, most disgustingly selfish vehicles, driven by the ugliest. This is an example of how not to think.
after month after year, day after week after month after year.
Make some noise. David Foster Wallace from the This Is Wars a Wave LP. EP Island. It was kind of short, but it's pretty epic. That song is called Supermarket. Make some noise in the chat right now. Splash them wave emojis by Joe. Whatever you got. Whatever you got, baby.
Well, there's plenty of things to criticize about being. It's tragic, and there's malevolence. That's basically the issue. And you can complain about that, but the thing is, if you complain about that, if you adopt that attitude, which is sort of an anti-being attitude, you go places that if you knew you were going, you probably wouldn't want to go. It's the places where, like, the kids that shot up Columbine went. Those are bad places. If you read the writings of the Columbine high school kids, and you really read them, if they don't make the hair stand up in the back of your neck, you are not paying attention. The one kid wrote things, I cannot believe that people could write. And I've exposed myself to a lot of crazy things that people have done and said. You just can't understand it. It's uncanny, you know. Well, that's where you end up if you get bitter. It's like, well, what can you do about that? Well, the world is harsh. It's like, should you criticize it? Not until you put yourself together. You got to bring everything you can to bear on the problem before you have any right to stand in judgment about being itself. And that's what these mass murderers do. That's what they're doing. That's what they're acting out. They're saying, well, I'm looking out in the world. I don't like people. They're full of flaws. They act badly. They're a cancer on the face of the planet. It'd be better if they didn't exist at all. I don't like being. It's too full of suffering and evil. I'm the judge of this. I'm going to make my goddamn case. I'm going to take them out. And then it's more than that. It's like I'm going to take them out and I'm going to do it with the innocents first. Because that's the thing you got to get about the mass murderer types. They're not hunting down the guilty. That's too obvious. They're hunting down the innocent. That's the best protest. Think about it. Well, I don't want to think about it. Well, that's for sure. You bloody well don't want to think about it. But you better think about it. That's where you go when you take that criticism of being approach. It's like you don't get to do that unless you want to end up there. It's bad. So what do you do instead? Stop doing stupid things. Stop lying. Stop making things worse. Stop making yourself weak. Even in a day, you'll see that you have choices in front of you, and sometimes you don't know what to do. It's okay, you're ignorant. Maybe you make a mistake. Whatever. That's just ignorance. Malevolence is when you know what you shouldn't do. And you do it anyways. People do that all the time. And that's arrogance. That's, I'll get away with it. It's deceit, because you're lying to yourself about whether you should do this or not. You know you shouldn't. And then it's resentment because, well, it's like, I'm going to do this bad thing because that'll teach the people, that'll teach God to treat me this way. That's the terrible trinity. Deceit, arrogance, resentment. Chase those out of your life.
Most disgustingly selfish vehicles driven by the ugliest, most inconsiderate and aggressive drivers. And I can think about how our children's children will despise us for wasting all the future's fuel and probably screwing up the climate, and how spoiled and stupid and selfish and disgusting we all are, and how modern consumer society just sucks, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. If I choose to think this way in the store and on the freeway, fine. Lots of us do. Except thinking this way tends to be so easy and automatic that it doesn't have to be a choice. It is my natural default setting. It's the automatic way that I experience the boring, frustrating, crowded parts of adult life when I'm operating on the automatic, unconscious belief that I am the center of the world and that my immediate needs and feelings are what should determine the world's priorities. The thing is that, of course, there are totally different ways to think about these kinds of situations. In this traffic, all these vehicles stuck and idling in my way, it's not impossible that some of these people in SUVs have been in horrible auto accidents in the past, and now find driving so terrifying that their therapist has all but ordered them to get a huge, heavy SUV so they can feel safe enough to drive. Or that the Hummer that just cut me off is maybe being driven by a father whose little child is hurt or sick in the seat next to him, and he's trying to get this kid to the hospital. And he's in a way bigger, more legitimate hurry than I am. It is actually I who am in his way. Or I can choose to force myself to consider the likelihood that everyone else in the supermarket's checkout line is just as bored and frustrated as I am. And that some of these people probably have much harder, more tedious or painful lives than I do. Again, please don't think I'm giving you moral advice, or that I'm saying you're supposed to think this way, or that anyone expects you to just automatically do it. Because it's hard. It takes will and effort. Do it. Because it's hard. It takes will and effort. And if you were like me, some days you won't be able to do it, or you just flat out won't want to. But most days, if you're aware enough to give yourself a choice, you can choose to look differently at this fat, dead-eyed, over-made-up lady who just screamed at her kid in the checkout line. Maybe she's not usually like this. Maybe she's been up 3 straight nights holding the hand of her husband who's dying of bone cancer. Or maybe this very lady is the low-wage clerk at the motor vehicles department who just yesterday helped your spouse resolve a horrific, infuriating red tape problem through some small act of bureaucratic kindness. Of course, none of this is likely, but it's also not impossible. It just depends what you want to consider. If you're automatically sure that you know what reality is and who and what is really important, if you want to operate on your default setting, then you, like me, probably won't consider possibilities that aren't annoying and miserable. But if you really learn how to think, how to pay attention, then you will know you have other options. Do it. Because it's hard. It takes will and effort. Because it's hard. It takes will and effort. It will actually be within your power to experience a crowded, hot, slow, consumer hell type situation as not only meaningful, but sacred. On fire with the same force that lit the stars. Love, fellowship, the mystical oneness of all things deep down. On fire with the same force that lit the stars. Love, fellowship, the mystical oneness of all things deep down. Not that that mystical stuff's necessarily true. The only thing that's capital T true is that you get to decide how you're going to try to see it.
Cause it's hard, takes will and effort.
On fire with the same force that lit the stars.
Cause it's hard, takes will and effort.
Fellowship, the mystical oneness of all things deep down. On fire with the same force that lit the stars.
Cause it's hard, takes will and effort.
Fellowship, the mystical oneness of all things deep down.
This is Water Wave. David Foster Wallace. Very rare records. One of the most rare of the Meaningwave catalog and also one of the most powerful. Speaking of powerful.
Well, the argument for the simulation, I think, is quite strong. Because if you assume any improvements at all over time, any improvement, 1%, 0.1%, just extend the time frame, make it 1,000, a million years. The universe is 13.8 billion years old.
What?
A civilization, if you're very generous, civilization is maybe 7,000 or 8,000 years old. If you count it from the first writing, there's nothing. There's nothing. If you assume any rate of improvement at all, then games will be indistinguishable from reality. Or civilization will end. One of those two things will occur. Anyway, I don't want to sound like things are too dark, because I think you kind of have to be optimistic about the future. There's no point in being pessimistic. It's just too negative. It doesn't help. You know, I think you want to be... I mean, my theory is you'd rather be optimistic. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. At least we're on that side. Because if you're pessimistic, you're just going to be miserable. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Ultimately, even if we just sort of existed as humans forever, eventually it'd be like the heat depth of the universe. A zillion years from now. Eventually it's going to end. It's just a question of when. Because it really is all about the journey. The universe as we know it will dissipate into a fine mist of cold nothingness. rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. I think most likely, this is just about probability. There are many, many simulations. These simulations are, we might as well call them reality, or we could call them multiverse. And they're running on the substrate. That substrate is probably boring. When we create a simulation, like a game or a movie, it's a distillation of what's interesting about life. It takes a year to shoot an action movie. And then that's all distilled down into 2 or 3 hours. So let me tell you, if you've seen an action movie being filmed, it's boring. Super boring. It takes lots of takes. Everything's in a green screen. Looks pretty goofy. Doesn't look cool. But once you add the CGI and have great editing, it's amazing. So I think most likely, for a simulation, it's really boring outside the simulation. Because why would you make a simulation? It makes a simulation way more interesting than base reality. When you're in that virtual reality, which is only going to get better, where are you? Where are you really? You aren't anywhere. You're in the computer.
Why do you think you're where you are right now? You might not be.
Right now you think you're in a studio in LA.
Akira.
You might be in a computer. Yeah. I'd rather be optimistic and right than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. I'd rather be optimistic and right than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. I'd rather be optimistic and right than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. I'd rather be optimistic and right than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right.
Make some noise for yourself. You beautiful baby, you. What up, though? Ow! Major league shout out to everybody locked in live. Major league shout out to everybody on the replay. Yo, we're all in the same place outside of time, baby. Great day, woo! Great day, woo! Great day, woo! Great day, woo! When I say great day, you'll say woo! Great day, woo! Great day, woo! Great day, woo! Great day, woo! Ow!
Akira.
He's got clap.
Welcome to the stage, Mr. Gary Vaynerchuk.
Oh! Oh!
Let's go. Sit down. Let's do this.
I wish we had better perspective.
Whoa!
I wish that there was some weird genie that could take us back into time so that every one of you could live one fucking day in your great-great-grandparents' shoes and understand how
fucking good you have it. Understand how fucking good you have it.
Really understood.
You really really understood.
I'm not naive to what's happening in our society. Let me just say this very clear so everybody gets it through their fucking dome.
This is
the greatest year
to ever be alive in the history of mankind. This is the greatest year to ever be alive in the history of mankind. This is the best. This is the best. This is the greatest year to ever be alive in the history of mankind.
Fascinated
by this.
Fascinated by
fucking mindset.
Perfect. It's a binary decision if you're gonna be positive or negative about shit. When you bet on optimism, when you're on the offense, when you are playing towards intangibles, you do something super duper interesting. You start suffocating excuses. If you asked me what the number one thing is that I'm thankful for that my parents gave me, taking me from a communist country and moving me to the US, parenting me well, roof and clothes, if you ask me the number one thing I wake up every morning and thank that my parents did, is I never saw either one of them complain about jack shit. And it basically created learned behavior for me. I am incapable of actually complaining about shit. This is the greatest year to ever be alive in the history of mankind. This is the greatest year to ever be alive in the history of mankind. Good is the best. Good is the best. This is the greatest year to ever be alive in the history of mankind. This is the best.
What up, yo?
We have it the best. And all I see is people sitting around dwelling around dumb shit, what they don't have, instead of focusing on what they do have. The internet is a fucking miracle. It's a fucking miracle. The internet is a fucking miracle. It's a fucking miracle. There was no side hustle for your great-grandparents. When it was 9 p.m., it was dark and cold outside. We just get used to shit so fast. And in our speed of getting used to how fucking awesome it is, I'm just desperate for you to not lose perspective. The greatest year to ever be alive in the history of mankind.
This is
the greatest year to ever be alive
in the history of mankind. This is the best. This is the best. This is the greatest year to ever be alive in the history of mankind.
Had the same exact thing that I had, and because they were Jewish in communist Russia post-World War II, their communism put them both in jail for 10 years in Siberia. Like, just think about that. Timing, opportunity. Yes. Life is binary. It's either offense or defense. You are either sitting in your seat right now on the offense, or you're not. There is no fucking half pregnant. There's no in between. You're either this or that.
Science. Change my mind. Hey, what you looking at? What you, look at me. Look at me. You. Yeah. Exactly! Make some noise!
I didn't want to work with actors anymore, so I was happy that Fear Factor was no actors. Since I had a background in coaching, I was used to teaching people, and I was used to encouraging people and getting people motivated. When someone was nervous and they're about to do something, I could grab them and go, look at me. You could do this.
Aye.
Look at me. You can do this. Look at me. You can do this. This is going to define you. If you back up, get scared, and give in to your fears, this is going to define you. Look at me. You can do this. Look at me. You can do this. If you just press forward, realize you can do this and succeed, it will define you in a positive way. You can do this. It was completely unexpected. Because I thought the gig was just going to be these people do these crazy things. I make fun of it, you know, we all cheer, and it would all play itself out because it was a reality show. But somewhere along the line, especially when they became really nervous, it was very intense. There was moments where I wanted these people to win. And I wanted these people to do their best. I wanted these people to succeed. There was one time, there was this father and the son competing against a mother and the daughter. And the father and the son were kind of jerks. And they thought that they were going to win. The parent and child teams had gotten down to 2. And it was the man and his son versus the woman and her daughter. And everybody thought these jerks were going to win, and we were kind of bummed out about it. But the woman and her child, they just rose to the occasion. I mean, I remember talking to them and firing them up. I didn't know if they could do it. I didn't know if they could do it. Look at me. You can do this. Look at me. You can do this. This is going to define you. If you back up, get scared, and give in to your fears, this is going to define you. Look at me. You can do this. Look at me. You can do this. If you just press forward, realize you can do this and succeed, it will define you in a positive way. You can do this. It was some crazy thing that they had to climb and do this thing. They had to gather flags. It was all the time. The kind of jerky son, the jerky dad, they kept screwing up. They fucked up because they'd kind of taken it for granted that they were going to win. A lot of times jerks are just insecure. And when they're under pressure, when they're really faced with real pressure, like this is the real moment. Who are you really? Who are you really? Fuck all that talk. Who are you really? They fall apart. The mother and the daughter won. You're talking about a hardened crew of people that have watched people eat animal dicks, jump out of helicopters, season after season, episode after episode. Everybody cried. The camera people, like I'll cry now if I'm thinking about it. Just seeing their spirit when they were figuring out a way to win. Watching them win. Like to this day.
Hey.
Look at me. You can do this. Look at me. You can do this. This is going to define you. If you back up, get scared, and give in to your fears, this is going to define you. Look at me. You can do this. Look at me. You can do this. If you just press forward, realize you can do this and succeed, it will define you in a positive way. You can do this. Sad things. I tear up for happy things. It's never been sad things. It's very hard to get me to cry with sad things. I'm trying. Success. People pulling through. When someone does a particularly incredible performance, have the fight off tearing up. I feel so happy for them. With sad things, I can objectively analyze them, and I cannot get sad. I can understand that this is just life, and it is what it is. I mean, I won't feel good, but I won't start weeping. I don't weep for sad things the way I weep for happy. I can rationalize and understand sorrow. I can internalize it. I get it. I just get so happy for people sometimes when things go well. As a human being, you realize how hard it is to overcome competition or these difficult moments or these moments when you're tested. And you know there's fears and insecurities that these people have to battle, as well as the actual physical task in front of them. There's so much going on. Look at me. You can do this. Look at me. You can do this. This is going to define you. If you back up, get scared, give in your fears, this is going to define you. Look at me. You can do this. Look at me. You can do this. If you just press forward, realize you can do this and succeed, it will define you in a positive way. You can do this.
You can do this.
You can do this.
Are you ready?
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 You can do this.
I am a student of human will. I love stories of discipline and success. I don't even like going to movies where they're sad. I'm not interested. I know it's sadness. I've been sad. I get it. I'm not interested in getting that in a form of entertainment. I like success. I like seeing people triumph. I like seeing the human spirit manifest itself in spectacular ways.
Speaking of which, yo, leave them blessed kids alone.
One of the things that's happened in our society is that we seem to have concluded that strong men are dangerous. And that's partly because we think Western culture is a tyrannical patriarchy, and the only reason you get to the top is because you misused power. So all the men who are at the top of the heart are all misusing their power, and they're all tyrannical. And all the guys who have the aim and ambition to achieve that are just tyrants in training. That's sort of the basic attitude that we have towards our own culture and towards young men now. Everything about that is pathological and inexcusable and shameful.
You know, I used to watch kids skateboard. I liked watching those kids. I liked watching skateboarders do those crazy things. Because they're trying to become competent. They're facing danger. They don't want the damn protective gear. It's like, no. I don't want to wear a helmet. I want to expose myself to this danger. It's not that I'm stupid. And the kids are often shooed away. It's like, wait a sec. They're practicing being courageous. They're practicing mastering something in the face of danger.
Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding.
Hey. We don't need no force control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teacher, leave them kids alone. And the education. We don't need no fucking job. Bop, bop.
Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding.
Yeah.
Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. A lot of the rebellious behavior of young men in particular, which is very frowned upon in the schools. It's like, that's toxic masculinity. You know, that horrid phrase. It's like, leave those damn kids alone.
Yeah.
About 10 years ago in Toronto, they changed the insurance rules governing playgrounds. Parents had raised money for these damn playgrounds. There was nothing wrong with them. They tore them all out. 2 weeks before school started, there was nothing but dirt and gravel. I saw the kids on top of the schools.
Why?
Because they needed some danger. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding.
Don't bother children when they're skateboarding.
Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Go see a gymnast. Like the gymnast does a flawless routine. Everybody claps like mad. The judges say 9.9. And then the next person comes up and they're screwed. It's like 9.9. It was basically perfect. How can you do better than perfect? And then they do it. You can do better than perfect. They're on the edge. They go out there and you watch them. You feel it in your body. Everything they do is that much farther out into chaos than anything they've ever done. Pushing themselves to the absolute limit of their ability. Tell with every gesture, you're that close to making a mistake. They've taken this courageous step beyond their competence and put everything on the line. When they land in a way that's unlike perfect. It's perfect plus. And everybody immediately leaps to their feet. And like they get a chill. And so what you've just seen is awe-inspiring. You've seen someone courageously move past perfection into the unknown. And not only ennoble themselves more, but to ennoble humanity itself. Up on your feet. It's like, yes! And then it's tens. They win the gold. Well, everyone knows what that's like. It's like a great musical performance. That's being in that place where everything lines up. Better than perfect. Better than perfect. Better than perfect. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding.
Back off. Not happening. I hear that I'm over 40, I'm pushing 50, whatever. Back off. Negative. Not happening. In fact, I'm stepping it up. I'm training harder, eating cleaner. I'm training more. I'm learning studying more now than I ever have in my whole life. Do I get dinged up? Of course I do. There take some injuries. You know what? No factor. Yeah. No factor. Deal with them. You know what? You know what I hear? I hear the clock.
Okay.
That's what I hear. And the end is nigh. And
time waits
for no man.
Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got.
got, everything you got, everything you got, every fight. Fight that with everything you got.
You young guns out there, 18 years old, 20 years old, 24 years old, listen. Life goes by, and it goes by quick. Don't waste those years. Don't waste them. Live them.
Bop, bop.
I know that you don't think you're gonna live to be 30, much less 40, but you are and you will. And the earlier you get in the game and get on track, the better life you're gonna have. Healthier, wealthier, stronger, smarter, better. Better. And if you're an old man
like me
and you haven't got on track yet, get on track. Get on it now.
Fight! Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. Fight! Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got. And everything you got. Fight! Fight that ticking clock with everything you got.
Everyone listening to this, here's the deal. No complacency. No complacency. No backing off. No slack whatsoever. Fight. Fight that ticking clock
with everything you got.
So, like the end of a hard day, you can put your head down with ease, satisfied that you're giving your best.
Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. Fight. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. 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 Every fight. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. Everything you got, 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 every fight. Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. MAC, make some noise for yourself. Shouts out to that ticking clock, just got decked.
What separates me from a lot of people is they go into a dark.
Merry Christmas.
And the task is overwhelming.
Woo!
Akira.
The Don.
And I heard the pull-up record was 4,020 pull-ups, and I was talking about breaking this record. People are like, oh my God. I went right to a pen and paper. What are you doing?
What are you doing? I'm doing the math.
I'm doing the math, man. What are you talking about? I'm doing the math, man. I'm open-minded to the fact that, okay, if I do 5 pull-ups in a minute for so many hours, I can get so many pull-ups in. How much time do I have to rest? I was breaking the math down. You have to be open-minded to the possibilities that I can do this. Once you shut your mind down to the possibility that, geez, there's no way it can happen. So that's why my eyes and my body light up about things. I know that if you're in a fight has to know he is not going to give up. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. He must break the soul. Whatever the fuck is in front of him. 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 The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. He must break the soul.
Whatever the fuck is in front of y'all.
That's what I realized. I was never breaking the soul of anything in front of me. So that's why I came with this thing called taking souls. I started to devise ways to break a soul of a human being, of an object, of whatever's in front of me. You keep on attacking something, nothing wants to stand in front of anything.
That is relentless.
Nothing. That's when a lot of stuff started clicking, man. I started watching those instructors on the side. They've been there, done that. Now they're instructing you. They have their parkas on, it's usually cold, coffee, drinking their coffee, and they're beating the crap out of us. And when I started realizing, I started playing mind games. And I was like, you know what? I bet these fuckers are looking at us, judging themselves about when they were going through hell week. About looking at Goggins right now. I was better than him. I was better than that guy. I was better than that fucker over there. I was like, okay. So what I started doing was I got my boat crew. It's Wednesday and everybody's broken, everybody's beat up, man, and everybody's like just kind of get through hell week now. And they tell you how you're supposed to feel. So you are feeling that way. I was like, don't let these motherfuckers tell you how you're supposed to feel. No, it's day one, motherfucker. This is hour one.
This is hour one.
So I was getting my boat crew all jacked up. I said, we're gonna take these motherfuckers' souls. So they had us doing this simple thing that guys are struggling with. Boat crew 2 is just launching a fucking boat and you're yelling, yeah, you can't fucking hurt us. Can't hurt boat crew 2. And I looked on the instructors' faces and it looked like someone had just fucked with their soul. And I looked at my guys in the boat crew and I said, hey, guess what? Those motherfuckers aren't fucking tonight. Cause we own space in their fucking head. We own space. They're gonna think about us tonight. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. He must break the soul, whatever the fuck is in front of him. 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 The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. He must break the soul, whatever the fuck is in front of him. And we start fueling off of that. We start fueling off the fact that, man, it takes 1 second of energy to steal everybody's. And then you have all the energy you need. That's all you need. You need to look at someone's eyes. You know how it is when you fight somebody and you broke that motherfucker. He's like, oh God, man, I don't want to go back to the next round. And you feel like, my God, I can fight all day. That's what taking souls is. But you have to have the will, the heart, the courage to go that distance when you're exactly jacked up. You have nothing left to give. More. You know how you get that fight or flight response? And you get to move real quick? I started learning the mind a lot, how to get myself jacked extremely fast in a horrible environment when everybody's miserable. I learned how to really find strength in the misery. This is where I shine. And I started using all that misery for tons and tons of drive and motivation to then lead people further. Because you can get a lot of power through misery. And once people see that, my God, Goggins is fucking going, then everybody says, roger that. I started realizing that you can just find strength just a little bit longer. You will have a crew of people following you along the way. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul, whatever the fuck is in front of you. 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 The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul, whatever the fuck is in front of you. You have to take great pleasure in the fact that no one wants to be where the fuck you're at right now. Great pleasure, man. It has to bring a passion out of you. It has to bring something very, very weird out of you, man. Like, you know, people don't really understand what that is. When you're in the worst environment possible, the worst situation possible, and everybody's looking like, God, man, I hope this. And you see that. Time slows down and you see that. You're feeling that. Everybody has that look look on their face like, oh, this guy, I don't want to be anymore. This is where I shine.
This is where I shine.
Akira.
God bless, baby. Make some noise to yourself.
He's got clothes.
What up, dog?
You're either on the offense
or the defense. You're either on the offense or the defense.
I think a lot of people think they're in the middle.
In transit. You're only on the offense or the defense.
I've realized that I've been on the offense my whole life because I never felt entitled to anything. An incredible thing happens when you're born with very little. You know, I was born in the Soviet Union, we come to America, I live in a studio apartment in Queens. My parents bought me 6 toys in my entire life kind of thing. We took 1 family vacation in my entire life. When I wanted Nintendo, my mom looked me dead in the face and said, good, go buy it. On the flip side, she reinforced things that came natural to me and made them the most important things. While I was getting D's and F's, and every other immigrant parent was making their kids get A's and B's because they thought that's what mattered, my mom was accelerating anytime that I showed compassion, anytime that I showed empathy, anytime that I showed gratitude. You're either on the offense or the defense. You're either on the offense or the defense. A lot of people think they're in the middle. In transit. You're only on the offense or the defense, baby. I once opened a door, and I will remember this for the rest of my life. I was 8. I opened a door for a woman. You would have thought that I won a Nobel Peace Prize. My mom made such a big deal about that. You have to understand what she did, and no matter how bad you have it, millions, billions have it worse. And so for me, the mindset that I rolled in this whole game is nobody cares. Nobody cares. And not that they don't care, people have compassion, but they can't. Think about how much you can care, even for the people you love the most. It's just a huge thing. And more importantly, we have it ridiculously good. You're either on the offense or defense. You're either on the offense or defense. A lot of people think they're in the middle. In transit. You're only on the offense or the defense. This internet thing is the most important invention in the history of the human being. All the things that you worry about of like the man stopping you or something stopping you, all these things that we envision that are the reasons why you haven't been successful, this internet thing is taking away. The internet is the middleman. It's true. You have to understand how ridiculous this thing is. The ability for you to create content, videos, and written word direct to the audience
Meaningwave
eliminates any excuse you come up. You literally spend the next month, one by one, systematically going through this big room, and no matter what excuse you come up with, the answer is going to be, and we have to eliminate complaining and dwelling. We have to. And that's what she did for me. She instilled the right positive things, and most of all, she eliminated fucking excuses. She eliminated entitlement. She eliminated fucking excuses. She eliminated entitlement. You're either on the offense or defense. You're either on the offense or defense.
I think, a lot of people think they're in the middle, in a transit. You're only on the offense, or the defense. You're either on the offense or the defense. You're either on the offense or the defense. A lot of people think they're in the middle, in a transit. They're only on the offense or the defense. Yeah! Meaningwave on Zorro, so make some noise! This is Meaningwave Live. You are the change. Special Meaningwave Live set for you, and of course, you. Make some noise for yourself. When I say great day, you say woo! Great day! Great day! Great day! Great day! When I say great day, you say woo! Great day! Great day! Great day! Great day! Yeah! No, wow. Alright, who wants one more song? What up, Charlie B? What up, Michael in Seattle? What up, Sway? D, motherfucker, D! All right.
Therefore, take no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. I spent a long time trying to figure out what that meant too, because it's another one of those lines that can easily be read as pro-grasshopper and anti-ant. Remember the old fable of the grasshopper and the ant? Maybe not. I'm not going to tell it. But the ant works and the grasshopper fiddles. The ant has a pretty good time in the winter and the grasshopper dies. Ooh! And so this is like a pro-grasshopper line, but it's not. It says something else. It says that if you orient yourself properly and then pay attention to what you do every day, that works. That works. That works. That works. And you can live in the day. You're a creature that has a name. You have to have a name. It makes every moment supercharged with meaning. Live in the day. You're a creature has a name. You have to have a name. It makes every moment supercharged with meaning. The world shifts itself around your aim. You're a creature that has a name. You have to have a name in order to do something. You're an aiming creature. You look at a point and you move towards it. It's built right into you. And so you have an aim. Well, let's say your aim is the highest possible aim. That sets up the world around you. It organizes all of your perception, what you see and you don't see, your emotions and your motivation. So you organize yourself around that aim, and then what happens? The day manifests itself as a set of challenges and problems, and if you solve them properly, you stay on the pathway towards that aim, and you can concentrate on the day. And so that way you get to have your cake and eat it too.
On the day.
Because you can point into the distance, the far distance.
Yeah.
Point into the distance, the far distance. And you can live in the day. You're a creature that has a name. You have to have a name. That makes every moment supercharged with meaning. something that you regard as truly worthwhile. Because that's what will keep you afloat when everything is flooded. And you don't want to wait until the flood comes to start doing that. Because if your ark's half built and you don't know how to captain it, the probability is very high that you'll drown.
Hey.
And you can live in the day.
You're a creature that has a name. You have to have a name. It makes every moment supercharge your meaning. Live in the day. You're a creature that has a name. You have to have a name. It makes every moment supercharge your meaning. Right on, go! Right on, go! Day, you're a creature has a name. You have to have a name. It makes every moment supercharge your meaning. Live in the day, you're a creature that has a name. You have to have a name. It makes every moment supercharge your meaning. Yeah, amazing, make some noise. Akira The Don and Jocko Peterson, Live in the Day, from the forthcoming album coming January 2021. 21. Ooh. Ho, 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 baby. Yeah, let's have one last little jam. New album coming on Friday, Lo-Fi Christmas, a Lo-Fi Christmas miracle. The new Meaningwave Christmas collection is in Meaningwave, on the Meaningwave.com store right now. It's very nice. Joe's bringing bass lines back. Woo! Yeah, we got Christmas pants. Yeah, we got velvet Christmas pants. You know that? Lo-Fi Christmas joggers come in velvet. Velvet! Oh! We got multiple designs, baby. We got the Lo-Fi Christmas. We got the Meaningwave Christmas. Yeah, I definitely suggest you get on over to Meaningwave.com. Get your Christmas merch. Yeah. Get your Christmas outfits. Outfits for the whole family. You can all dress up the same. You can have matching stuff. Top and bottom, you know? Wow. Amazing. What a time to be alive. Yeah. Yeah, the Lo-Fi Christmas hoodie is popular, baby. People really like that one. Da 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 da. Hey, yeah, you better believe we're streaming on Christmas. Ow. Big shout out to everyone who's here tonight. Thank you for being here. What a beautiful night it was. Another beautiful night in the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. Another beautiful night on the Good Ship Wave Rider. Another epic Monday night. Bop, bop. Got something special planned for tomorrow. Technology dependent, so long as everything is working tomorrow, and it's working now, so everybody pray. Everyone do a little pray. So we can do something real special tomorrow, you know?
Akira.
What? Alec Moran says the colors of other Meaningwave attire based on size of clothing. I noticed I can't get a white hoodie in XL. Really? Well, that seems very strange. You should be able to get a white hoodie in XL. I don't know why you can't. Chuck us an email at wecare@meaningwave.com and we'll get that sorted out. They should all be in XL. XL is very normal. I think we don't have, like, I don't know, one of the bit larger XL, like a 4XL or something, but we definitely got an XL. Alec Moran, does that indicate out of stock? We're not out of stock, so it shouldn't. I don't know what that is. So check us an email, wecare@meaningwave.com, and Charlotte will sort that out. Yeah! Hi. Once again, thank you all for being here. Thank you to everyone who supported. Particularly, thank you, Chris O'Dell. Thank you, the Sis Ifos, J Palm, Alec Moran, Daniel Pesci, Cedric Tej, In Madness Lies Sanity, D-Man, Red King, Adney. God bless you all. God bless you all. We had a new member in Madness Lies Sanity, who I thought was a member already, but boom, boom, boom. Welcome to level 1. God bless all of you. If you want to support the wave, you know what to do. Go to meaningwave.com, get yourself some epic merch. Get a Meaningwave monolith while you can. You can make a donation via the links below or go to meaningwave.com. Go to the donate page. That link is just at meaningwave.com, and then you go up to resources and click donate. There, you just do that. And then it's got the PayPal and the Patreon and the Bitcoin and the Venmo and the Cash App and the mail. The mail. We've got a P.O. box. If you want to post us something, we have a P.O. box. 100 Commons Road, STE 7, number 212, Dripping Springs, Texas, 78620. Boom. Yeah, we do. And yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Thank you for being here. We'll be back tomorrow. We're on Twitch every morning. Every single morning we're on Twitch, 7 a.m. CT. 7 a.m. CT, baby. This morning was crazy. I wonder what tomorrow will be. I wonder. Well, tune in and find out. How about that? And yeah, join me now for Bye 5. Oh yeah, and don't forget, I do keep, just in case you'd forgotten, if you want to support the wave, number one thing you can do is let somebody know today, tomorrow, and other days that Meaningwave exists. That's it. That's it, baby. Meaningwave Missionaries, make some noise. Meaningwave Task Force, make some noise. Protect the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone at all costs. Regulators!
Don is good.
3, 2, 1. Bye. Hey, 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 God bless you, oh baby. Splash.